Someone like me coming to an executive director position, can help shift the way we fundraise. My name is Rachel Watts. I am the Executive Director of ArtsConnection. I think part of what led me to this work was was discovering that through art that I was actually smart and creative and independent thinker. Well, when I hear the word invisible labor, I think more, and I think there's parts of the question that I think it's not invisible. It's just not acknowledged. Right? And so, and when you start acknowledging it, you shift structure, you shift the power and the way decisions are being made. When you allow that perspective to be acknowledged, it means that you have to think about transparency, you have to think about the way decisions are being made, and you have to be community-centric, because that's the perspective that's coming to the table when Black women are at the table. I think part of it has to do with the capacity to move up, right? Because when you start acknowledging it, you start acknowledging that people actually have the capacity to do the job, right? And if you don't acknowledge it, then it's very easy to say, well, they don't have the credentials, they don't have the the criteria that we're looking for to do the job, because you're not acknowledging what they're bringing to the table. And I think it also means that it shifts the way you work. The structure of a nonprofit is fundraising, right? And I think one of the perspectives about Black women is they don't come with the social capital, right? When you move into a leadership position, you have to fundraise, you have to network, and there isn't a belief that can happen. But what that means is that someone like me coming to an executive director position, can help shift the way we fundraise, shift the way we look, and that actually helps in terms of how money is spent. Because when you're beholden to a funder that says you need to spend it this way, you're kind of stuck. And it may not necessarily be as connected to the mission as you want. So when you have someone who doesn't have the same type of social capital as someone who comes with wealth, right, or connections to wealth, it means a shift in the way to work. And there's a fear, I think, of that, because it shifts the dynamics of power. #rebuild, #reconcile, #reimagine, support the campaign.